How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your monthly forecast for January 2018 for Sagittarius. What's up, guys? Y'all my favorite. Well, let's start off with Uranus going direct in Aries. This is going on in your guys' 5th house. Actually, hold on. Let me fix this just a little bit up. There we go. Perfect. Uranus is going direct in your guys' 5th house on the 3rd, and after Uranus goes direct, every planet will be direct. Now, this isn't really the biggest deal, but it is a general emphasis where all the pressure's kind of taken off on the internal, on the inside, and kind of just moves forward. All the energy just basically, instead of internalizing everything, gets directed outward. So with Uranus going direct in Aries, Uranus has been in Aries in your chart for a while now, in your 5th house for a while. It's been in Aries for a while. This is all about what you're really passionate about, what you really want to do, what makes you you. What all about passion, romance, children, any of those Leo qualities of art, music, creativity, really just passion and what it is that you really value, what it is that you really want. How is it that you're going to put yourself out there, and just really defining the beliefs that you have about yourself in the sense of what it is that you value, what it is that you enjoy, what is it that your heart's desire really is. And as Uranus has been in Aries, it's been an extreme up and down thing. You've been just kind of like facing the mirror going, what do I want? What is it how am I going to put myself in power? Or am I just going to, drag myself down even more and suppress, what it is that I really want for myself? But as Uranus goes direct, this is the time to take action on what it is that you want. Uranus is only going to be here for another little while until he goes into your 6th house of Taurus. And that's when it's going to start putting into work and laying in the foundation of what it is that you really want. But as Uranus goes direct, put that emphasis on what puts you in power, what makes you feel independent, what makes you feel more of yourself, more authentic in your own identification with yourself. Uranus going direct is going to be not necessarily the biggest deal, but I think you will see a lot more forward movement with being able to enjoy things a little bit better, just having an overall sense of path of where you want to go to, or how you want to go about getting exactly what it is that you want and expressing yourself in that way. Uranus being right here, this is extreme ups and downs, so be careful not to, be scared or feel invalidated, like you're not worthy of having what it is that you want, because this is the time to really liberate yourself from those negative beliefs and start moving forward. Saturn is in Capricorn. He is in your 2nd house. Time to work. Saturn in Capricorn in your 2nd house. This is all about your resources. What gives you security? What gives you stability? And of course, that's money. Like Saturn's been through your 1st house. We're done working on you. You had Saturn go through your 12th house and Saturn go through your 1st house. You've had so much work being done on you in the past 6-7 years. As Saturn goes through Capricorn now, it's time to lay the foundation and the groundwork for what it is that you really want to create. Saturn in Capricorn is not really testing us, but showing us, hey, we got to create results, we got to create efficiency, effectivity, and we have to really create what it is that we want to present. Saturn in Capricorn going through the 2nd house is going to make you feel a little bit insecure, like you don't have the material items that you really want at this moment, or things aren't really just where you want to be. And of course, this is a 3-year transit, so I will be talking about this more. However, as Saturn goes through this part of your chart, where are you building yourself up? How are you really getting the results that you really want? Are you making the money that you really want? Do you have the job that you really want? Is it really, and I don't even want to say want, but like, does the job work for you? Is the money there for you? Because with Saturn and Capricorn, you're going to have to start looking at how you can make money, or your living situation, how you can make that work for you, how you can make that better and more efficient, more effective, putting in the hard work for that. And of course, this is Saturn and Capricorn. This isn't really going to be the easiest thing, but it is the time to really work hard and put that overall emphasis on what it is that you want to create, what it is that you're really doing, what it is that is going to give you that security, that groundedness, that sense of peace, what kind of, if you want anything fancy, if you want anything nice, this is the time to really work hard to it and, put your nose to the grindstone. But really just the biggest focus is on emphasizing what it is that you really not necessarily value, but what is it that you want to create? Like how much money do you want to make? What job do you want to have? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to live with? Like, put those into mind, and instead of, you know, enjoying the fantasy of it, actually go and do it. Like, work for it. Because if you're not working for it, Saturn's not going to bless you. You're going to start to see a lot more insecurity come in and a lot more frustration and things crumbling around you. But if you really do focus on, hey, this is really what I want, I know I can get it, I just got to work hard for it, and you work hard for it, you will get it. It's one of those weird things that it's like, you know, if it happens, like if you, it's going to happen, you just got to do it. Jupiter and Mars are going through your 12th house this month. That is pretty intense. Jupiter and Mars are going to be conjuncting on the 6th, 7th, 8th. That is a big deal for you guys because this is going on in your 12th house. And as Jupiter is going through Scorpio through your 12th house, you're kind of like, oh shit, I have a lot of negative beliefs about myself. I have a lot of unacknowledged and repressed parts about myself that I'm becoming aware of, and it's really fucked up. That's Jupiter and Scorpio. But the biggest thing is with Jupiter being right here, you've got to highlight not only what isn't working, what you are repressing, what you are not acknowledging, all of the scorpionic energy of all the, basically just all the bullshit, all the real fucking truth of what you're telling yourself, how you're lying to yourself, and how you're not being aware of what's really going on. As Jupiter goes through here, this is the time to really take those beliefs that you still may have subconsciously programmed in and really go, okay, that doesn't work. That is not the belief system I want. That is not the truth. Find your truth. This is Jupiter and Scorpio. And this is Jupiter. This is all about positivity. It's about optimism. You know, Jupiter is just, he's such a good planet. Like, find out what the truth is about where you are great, where you do have meaning, where you, anything that you repress about yourself that isn't good, bring that up. Anything, I shouldn't say, anything that you repress about yourself that is good, like good qualities about yourself, bring those up and believe those. This is the time to really put that into your belief system. Really emphasize on that. Like, get passionate, get excited, get like cynical, get weird with it, get crazy with it. This is Jupiter and Scorpio in your 12th house. You're gonna go crazy anyway. But Mars is in Scorpio, and it will be conjuncting Jupiter, and this is where Mars in Scorpio and through your 12th house is just kind of like, man, I'm just doing, like, things are just kind of happening out of my brain. Like, I think about something, all of a sudden it's happening in front of me. I don't know how to do it. It's a little bit intense, a little bit extreme. As Mars conjuncts Jupiter, though, really look at your actions and really look at where your energy is to focus on what beliefs that you are still, I don't want to say taking control over you, but you're still using that you're not aware of. As Mars goes through this part and it conjuncts Jupiter, take a look at what you're taking action on, and if that's serving your truth or if that's not serving your truth, your higher truth, your positive truth, the greater things about you. As Mars conjuncts this part, you may have something come up from your brain, some subconscious stuff getting repressed, kind of coming to the surface. Trust it, believe in it, act upon it. A lot of energy coming from your brain right now, from the weird parts of your mind. Then Mars will enter Sagittarius, go over your first house on the 27th. Mars will enter Sag, and that's when it's going to be time to really take off. You're doing all this work with this scorpionic energy of like, okay, what do I really believe? What are the better parts of what I can believe? How do I stop, you know, dealing with this negative stuff with Mars right here? It's kind of cleaning it out, kind of like actually, you know, like I always like to, I like to use this example of, you know, if you ever watch that show Hoarders, you know, there's always that like psychologist or whatever, and she goes in like, are you okay? Like, you know, we got to clean up your stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden the guy's just coming like, we don't give a fuck if you want to or not. We're throwing everything away right now. That's kind of like this Mars Scorpio into Sagittarius for you. As it enters Sagittarius, take action on that truth. You're going to find and discover so much more of what you're capable of and what it is that you're willing to really pursue throughout this month of January. And as he goes into Sagittarius on the 27th, take action. Like, whatever you're feeling that is calling out to your path, that is calling out to your sense of self, your beliefs, your anything that you're excited about, your passions, go for it. Move forward with it. Whatever is really just in alignment with you. And I think I'm sure you'll know it. I know a couple of Sagittarius that are already kind of going through this process, but you guys will know it. Venus is in Capricorn. She's going into Aquarius as well. As she goes through Capricorn into your second house, again, with all the Saturn energy, this is time to really, like, you're really valuing your money right now. You're really valuing, you know, where you live. Like, you're kind of going, okay, maybe, like, I'm starting to really value this kind of things. I'm starting to see, okay, these aren't really working. I value this stuff more, and now that I see what I have, it's not exactly what it is that I want because I value it so much. I want more of it. And as Venus goes through Capricorn, you're going to see a lot. I don't want to say you're going to see a huge boost in money. I definitely see you will have, like, a lot better of chance of making more money. But the thing is, you really got to value it, and you really got to value putting in that effort for it. It's not, like, the law of attraction doesn't work if you just sit on your fucking ass. The law of attraction works if you're out there making it happen. As Venus goes through Capricorn, the more sentimental side of you is going to be more attracted to this part of your life as far as getting your resources together, getting some ground, really figuring out, you know, how you want to live, what you want to live in, all that kind of Taurus energy. But as she goes through Capricorn, it's time to value the effectivity and the efficiency of what kind of money you're making and how you really want to apply that. Venus will then go to Aquarius in your third house, where on the 19th, where Venus is just going to really show you a lot of the opportunities and the abundance of what is capable of what you're capable of. Venus is going through your third house, where you're going to start asking questions. You're going to start really discovering new ideas and really valuing, you know, creativity and doing things a little bit different. And understanding that is a big key, because as Venus goes through this part, this is a big time to really put the value and the emphasis onto what your mindset is. And what is it that you're possible of creating? What is it that you really want to create? What is it that you're really thinking? Are you isolating yourself and alienating yourself and going just a little bit too out there with your thinking? Or are you really channeling that authentic creativity that's inside you and really applying that into a mindset and asking the right questions in order to get those results that you want? Especially with Venus being right here, being about relationships and all that other kind of stuff that Venus really has. You got to really put that emphasis, that loving, abundant, passionate emphasis on how you communicate, how you talk. If you're the kind of I don't know, a Sagittarius that's a loner, but you guys are so optimistic and outgoing, don't isolate yourself. Don't alienate yourself. This is the time to project yourself. Put yourself out there. I think you'll find a lot of good results with that. Mercury's going through Sag, going through your first house. He then enters Capricorn on the 12th. This is, again, understanding more about just honestly, that Mercury retrograde is just really understanding who you really are at the end of the day. And as Mercury goes through Capricorn on the 12th, that is when it's going to be the biggest focus on that whole money thing that I was talking about. You know, what kind of job do you have? Is everything that you're doing, is it working? Is it what you want? You're going to be putting that into your mental capacity really almost on like an everyday basis. Like, instead of you kind of focusing on your sense of self, your sense of identity, where you're kind of going, where you're kind of taking things, Mercury is really going to put the emphasis on, okay, what are you creating? Okay, what are you building? Okay, what do you really want? And then at February 1st, Mercury will then enter Aquarius again with the third house, where that will be more of the mental focus. But we have a full moon in Cancer and we have a new moon in Capricorn. This full moon in Cancer is happening in your 8th house. This is the time to really, really open yourself up. You may not have a choice also. This full moon in Cancer is going to bring up a lot of the emotions about how do you trust people, all the extremities of the emotions that you have inside yourself. Cancer rules your 8th house, where things get really emotional, things get really deep, and you're going to have to search for the truth. And even though you can lock up yourself in this emotion, you can lock yourself up in this emotional way when it comes to the deeper parts of you that you really don't express and that you kind of don't want to bring up, the more extreme, more fucked up parts of yourself. This full moon in Cancer is really going to highlight it. Don't be scared, but the biggest thing to go about this is to really open yourself up and ask, where do you need nurturing? Where do you need love? Where do you need sympathy? Where do you need empathy? Where do you need understanding? And find out where you need that, but actually let yourself open up. Let people help you. Trust other people and trust yourself. The biggest thing is to trust yourself with this process, with your 8th house, whatever your intuition is calling to you, whatever, and you're going to start with this 8th house stuff too. It's hard for you to almost trust other people. You got this emotional, weird attachment to other people and listening to, you know, their emotions or letting them really help you. But you got to let people fucking help you. You got to let people see the real side of you. You got to take off that hard Cancer shell with this full moon and really become vulnerable and get into the truth of what it is that you really feel, what it is that is really calling out to you. And you're going to have quite a big experience with this full moon, and that's happening on the 2nd and the 3rd. So be aware of that. And we also have the new moon in Capricorn going on the 17th. So as this new moon in Capricorn hits, this is the 2nd house. So again, the 8th and 2nd house polarity of, you know, what do I want? What do other people want? What do I need? What do other people need? That kind of stuff. But as you kind of develop this sense of understanding and sympathy for what it is that you really believe and what that truth really is about other people, what that truth really is about how you feel about other people too. Because I mean, this is all happening. I think you're going to learn a lot about how you really feel about other people with this full moon. But as this new moon in Taurus happens, I mean, new moon in Capricorn happens, this is going to be the time to really take that emphasis, put the emphasis on, okay, this is what I realized, this is where I need to set the new intention. That intention of, I need to have more security, I need to have more stability, I'm tired of feeling insecure, it's time to put the groundwork in and put your nose to the grindstone and really work on getting yourself some type of groundedness, some type of security, some type of money, a new job, something that's going to make you feel more empowered and more self-sufficient, any of that kind of stuff. So that's what I got for you guys. That's all that's really going on this month. Next month is way crazier. So thank you guys for watching all my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Follow me on Facebook at whitelightastrology or on Twitter at whitelightcam. I appreciate and love all of you, and I'll be seeing you guys soon.